Hi, this is Joe Lafredo. I'm on the IBM software team here at Ingram Micro covering security, and we're talking about database protection. Well, what does database protection really mean? I mean, databases hold critical records of all kinds. They're medical ones, financial ones, social security numbers, but databases need to be protected from hackers, and a lot of times databases are left wide open. And so what we need to really do is we need to stop data breaches based on unauthorized access to records, based on authorized access from credentials that have been stolen, and exfiltration, which is the act of having the records leave your environment to somewhere else. You don't want your records being sold on the black market. And that's exactly what can happen when you have a data breach. Your database records are kind of like money, and you're the bank. And so, do you really want your records just available to everybody anytime? And are you going to give them those records anytime they ask? Or should it be locked up, safe and secure, and have controlled access? Okay. In the news several years ago, we heard a lot about database breaches. You still kind of do, but a lot of companies think they're immune to it. Particularly smaller companies. It's always about the big guys. Well, the Ponemon study of 477 companies looked at 477 companies with 100K records or less. So that's relatively small compared to some of the big guys. And the average cost is $3.86 million. Average cost per record, $148. And if that happens to you the first time, the likelihood of that happening again for more than 1,000 records is about 27%, 28%. The bigger companies are the ones that make the news outright. So, for example, Orbitz, 880,000 records compromised. Sachs, Lord and Taylor, 10 million. Panera, 37 million. Facebook, 87 million. And Under Armour, 150 million. Okay, if you total all that up, you end up with about 250 million records. And that's only from 5 companies. Okay, and you know there's a lot more companies out there than that have this happen to them. Okay, so this happens a lot, but does it really matter? Yes, it does. Why? Because everyone that you've done business with, does business with you, have done business with, can be affected by a breach that you have. That can tarnish your company image. That can be expensive to remediate. You can lose customers that you didn't expect to lose, and a lot of them can be lost for good. And believe it or not, you can also be hacked by your competition. That has happened before. So your records can walk out the door because your competition wants to look at what you're doing. Okay. And so what do many resellers do for database security? They secure everything but the database. Okay. They go out and they buy all kinds of solutions. Customers buy all kinds of stuff to protect their network. Firewalls, network security devices, intrusion, endpoint security, all kinds of things. But they ignore the database where all the records are kept. And what happens when you ignore database security? 2 things. First, the customer gets in the news. They've been hacked, millions of records. If they're big enough, they make the news. If not, still unhappy. Resellers miss the boat. Okay, you can see here, the cruise ship is leaving, and guess what? You're on the shore. You missed opportunities to sell security solutions, to service security solutions, to protect the customer, and now the customer's unhappy. Okay, so how does this process happen? I mean, how did these records walk out the door? It's a lot easier than it sounds. Okay, first of all, you have a hacker who will break in by stealing trusted user credentials. They'll do that through a phishing attack. Once they have those credentials, they're going to gather that data from the database and say, hey, give me all the records. It's 3 a.m. I want them all 7 million of them. Now they have a pile of stolen records, and then they're going to exfiltrate them. In other words, take them out somewhere else, and now they have stolen records that they'll go sell in the black market or do whatever else they like with them. So what can we do about a problem like this? Put database protection in place. Okay, here I have the same database, but now I have database protection in place. Hacker comes in the same way. They come in and phish the end user, and they get trusted credentials. They come in and try to gather the data and say, hey, give me all 7 million records. 3 a.m. Denied. Okay, and what happens because of that? They go home empty-handed. They don't get any records. Okay, your data is now safe. So what kind of opportunities are there for this kind of solution for database protection? Well, first of all, everybody needs to protect their databases, and it's not just driven by regulatory compliance. There are lots of other reasons beside that to protect your databases, because your records are just like money. Okay? The skill set needed to employ a successful database protection solution is a combination of two things: security knowledge and database knowledge, DBA, database administrator knowledge. And also, there's opportunity here for managed services, where resellers can go out and put these skills together in-house. Go out to the customer and say, guess what, we can do this for you to protect your databases. Okay. That's all we have for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care and have a great day.